Well, we made it.
Yes, we did, and it's been quite the journey to get here.
36 cars started this tournament, and now we are down to the last 3.
I'm your host, Indy Rain.
And I'm 905. And this is the final episode of the Supersized Supercars from Lakeridge Heights.
Racing has been fierce and the competition cutthroat.
But these 3 drivers have risen to the occasion, so let's meet them and see how they got here.
The number 3 seed tonight is Puff from Puff's Racing, driving his gorgeous yellow Ferrari 250 TR. This prancing pony has shown it's got the goods from the onset, as in the opening round he dispatched 2 Lambos, as Victor Fastlane and Old Sarge had no answer for him. In the second round, he outlasted another Lambo, as Manchow Motorsports' Papa Pugsley could not catch him. And in round 3, he outlasted the Grey Wizard and my boy Willie, as he took it to the finish line in style. Can this Italian stallion make history tonight? Not to be outdone, it's the number 2 seed Blake from Underdogs Unleashed in his Ferrari GTO. Blake's politeness and apparent stealth mode has allowed him to rack up the points in round after round. He showed Terrence Jr. and Bay City Darrell just what patience can do for points in round 1. In round 2, he quietly rode on by as Chowhound and the D-Man cannibalized themselves. And with a second meeting of Bay City Darrell in round 3, he let Disaster Jack take Darrell to task while he just quietly drove on by to victory. Will this conservative racer's star shine bright tonight? And your top seed coming into tonight's race is Grumpy Cloud from Grumpy Cloud Racing. He's driving his Audi Avis called The Boss, sponsored by Boss Coffee. Grumpy Cloud's low-slung and sleek Audi Avis has caused fits during the opening rounds for other drivers. He flipped the DeVosi family in round 1, and in round 2 tried a blocking technique in his race with Disaster Jack Neckel. Seeing limited results with that technique, he went back to the tried and true technique of flipping opponents, as he sent Ross Sungod for a ride in round 3 as he continued to rack up the points. Is there a pot of gold at the end of Grumpy Cloud's rainbow?
On behalf of the track crew here at the Elevation Trail in Lakeridge Heights, I'd just like to say thank you for everybody who supported our channel, all the builders who have sent cars over the past year, and to the amazing ideas from everybody who has given us the inspiration to do what we do. You are an amazing community, and we look forward to racing with you again in the future.
Thanks, Ajax. And with that being said, let's go up to the top of the hill for race 1.
The final starts right now. And Puff starts this final out with a bang. The gate drops and Blake and Puff battle it out while Grumpy Cloud thinks he's got a clear run down the left-hand side of the course. Puff says, I don't think so, cuts down across Blake's bow, and then pow! He nails Grumpy Cloud in the rear quarter just at the jump, and that sends Grumpy Cloud flying. This is going to be an indication of what the rest of these finals are going to have. These guys are going to have to pull out something special in order to rack up the points to get the crown. Who's the cat and who's the mouse? We'll find out.
Wizard, once you're done with Grumpy Cloud, come up here, give me a hand, we'll puff. Randy, hold on.
We're off to the races in the finals, and Grumpy Cloud has a 1-point lead over Blake and Puff.
Ho-ho! Boom! Grumpy Cloud puts the afterjets on in that center lane. The gate drops and he is gone. Blake spins her and Puff, I don't know what happened to Puff, but Grumpy Cloud just absolutely leaves those two behind. He also pulls a crazy cartwheel across the finish line, showing off to the crowd or Indy or Ajax, I don't know somebody, but wow.
Grumpy, I don't know who you're showing off to, but it's only us two here. Unless you're showing off to me. Grumpy Cloud just put Blake and Puff up on notice. 16 points after 2.
And that looks like Grumpy's revenge on Puff. The gate drops and it looks like it's going to be a good race to the jump, but then Grumpy pulls a hard right into Puff right before the jump, and that just absolutely smokes him. Grumpy does a good job of keeping his car under control while Puff goes absolutely upside down and sideways. I don't think I'm going to get tired of this replay because look at Puff. He's in the air, 4 wheels upside down. Holy smokes. That is one way to stop your opponent from getting points.
Blake, now is not the time to be a nice Canadian. You gotta get in this race, bud.
That's 3 races down. We've only got 3 to go.
At the halfway point, Puff and Blake are going to have to do something special in order to keep Grumpy Cloud from running away from this thing. But first, we've got one award that Ajax wants to present. Ajax?
Thanks, Indy. I just wanted to take a moment and really give an appreciative round of applause to those who have built cars for this race. You guys have done an amazing job, but these 6 cars really stood out from the pack. And without further ado, I congratulate Arlo for his Best in Show winning car. The Acura NSX called Apex really did stand out in front of everybody else. It was a unanimous decision by the judges, and I just want to thank you all again for building such amazing vehicles and submitting them and sending them to the elevation trail at Lakeridge Heights. It's been a really fun year, and your creativity, your innovation, and your willingness to step outside the flag track box has been an inspiration to us all. I really can't wait to see what the future has in store for all of us. Back to you, Indy.
Wow, that was really sentimental.
I think Ajax went all soft and mushy on us.
Well, we'll have to unpack that later because we got a second half of race to go. Here's race 4 of the finals right now. Grumpy definitely looks like he's got a game plan, and that is to play defense, defense, defense. The gate drops and they all get a good run, but Grumpy then cuts over to the left, blocking Blake and Puff and making them wreck at the jump. Grumpy's got a pretty sizable lead, and if he can prevent the others from getting points, he'll win.
Keep in mind, Grumpy Cloud came into tonight's finals as the overall leader.
Blake and Puff just might have given themselves a lifeline in this final. The gate drops and Grumpy Cloud looks like he's got it sorted, but at the jump, he gets it wrong. Blake and Puff cruise on by. But looking at how Grumpy Cloud handled that jump makes you wonder whether or not he's actually taking this thing seriously. He might just be playing games, I'm not sure, but if we watch this at full speed, Grumpy might just throw away an opportunity to put this thing to bed.
Okay, Blake, honestly, you're going to probably need full points in this next race if you want to give yourself a chance at that title.
With one race to go, is it too little too late, or is there a miracle in the making?
And as if there was any doubt, Grumpy Cloud puts his stamp on this final with one last run. It's a statement race from Grumpy Cloud as he pulls it up in front of your hosts. And it's bittersweet for Blank and Puff as they failed to make it down the course for their last run.
After 6 laps, Grumpy Cloud never relinquished the lead once in this final. And as we tally up the final scores, I don't think there was any doubt in anyone's mind that Grumpy Cloud wasn't going to run away with this thing. He wins with a 32-point lead.
What a performance by Grumpy Cloud.
Yeah, once he got out in front, he never looked back.
I knew this was going to be a car to watch when we first got it in, and my gut never tells me wrong.
It was just a super solid car every single race. We never really had any issues.
And that is why Grumpy Cloud is your 2023 Supersized Supercars Super Champion.
Congratulations also go out to Blake for placing and Puff for coming in third.
Well, that was so much fun. What's the next step? What do we do next?
I might have an idea.
Oh yeah? Go ahead.
Let's go get a moose burger. We'll talk about
A
it.
moose burger sounds like a fantastic idea. I'm starving.
Well, last time I tried to have a moose burger, they ran out, so...
Oh, here, take one of these food vouchers then. I'm sure Grumpy Cloud doesn't need it.
I'll send him over some beer and beaver tails as a congratulations for winning.
Yeah, 905, I think this is a great idea. I think you really like it. You'll wrap things up nicely.
Well, as we talk about what's going to happen next, I'd like to just thank all of you for tuning in. This has been the Supersized Supercars from Elevation Trail at Lakeridge Heights. I've been your host, 905. Thank you for watching. It's been a privilege to be able to do this for you. We'll see you again next time, and for the love of diecast, keep racing.
Yeah, so I was thinking, you know how we had winners from all 4 of our tournaments?
Uh-huh.
Why don't we race them all against each other?
Like a super championship.